Wait. Before you click away thinking this is just another clickbait take, ask yourself this. When was the last time Millie Bobby Brown gave you chills? Not nostalgia. Not familiarity. Actual chills. Now think about Sadie Sink running up that hill in Stranger Things Season 4. That single episode did something Millie hasn't achieved in years. It made the entire world stop and feel something. And that right there, that's the difference between a child star and a generational talent. Look, Millie Bobby Brown is massive. She's got the Netflix deals, the beauty empire, the paparazzi following her every move. She's basically Gen Z royalty at this point. But here's the thing about royalty. It's inherited, not earned. And what Sadie Sink is building, that's earned with every single frame. Let's talk numbers first because Hollywood does. Millie has 67 million Instagram followers. Sadie has 26 million. On paper, it's not even close. But dig deeper and you'll find something fascinating. Sadie's engagement rate crushes Millie's. Why? Because people aren't just following Sadie for her personal life or her brand deals. They're following her because they're genuinely invested in watching an artist grow. And that word, artist, that's crucial here. Millie Bobby Brown became famous playing 11, an iconic, brilliant, career-defining role that she absolutely killed. But then what? Enola Holmes was fine, pleasant, forgettable. The Enola Holmes sequel, even more forgettable. Her other Netflix projects, they come and go like background noise. She's been trying to leverage her fame into becoming a producer, a businesswoman, a beauty mogul. Which is smart, don't get me wrong. But somewhere in all that empire building, the acting became secondary. Sadie Sink is doing the exact opposite. She's hunting for roles that scare her. After Stranger Things blew up, she could have taken the easy path. Teen rom-coms, safe Netflix deals, superhero sidekick roles. Instead, she went for The Whale, with Brendan Fraser and Darren Aronofsky. She starred in Taylor Swift's All Too Well short film and delivered a performance so raw that it has accumulated over 100 million views and counting. She's choosing projects that don't just showcase her, they challenge her. Here's something most people don't realize. In Hollywood, there are two types of young actors. Some want to be famous, and there are those who want to be great. The ones who want fame chase projects with big budgets and bigger marketing campaigns. The ones who want greatness, they chase directors, writers, stories that matter. Sadie is obsessively chasing the latter, and the industry has noticed. After The Whale, critics weren't just praising her, they were shocked. Publications that usually dismiss young actors from TV shows suddenly started comparing her to young Sissy Spacek, to Saoirse Ronan's early work. That doesn't happen by accident. Let's talk about range for a second, because that's where this really gets interesting. Millie has essentially played variations of the same character, the tough, mysterious girl with hidden powers or secrets. Even in Damsel, which tried to position her differently, she's still basically playing 11 with a sword. Sadie? She's disappearing into roles. The terrified but determined Max in Stranger Things. The heartbroken young woman in All Too Well. The troubled daughter in The Whale. Each performance feels completely distinct. You're not watching Sadie Sink playing a character. You're watching the character, and you forget Sadie entirely. That's the mark of a real actor. But here's where it gets even more compelling. The choices they're making right now are defining their entire futures. Millie's next major projects? Their franchises and sequels. More Enola Holmes content. More brand-safe, algorithm-friendly Netflix material designed to keep her in the public eye. It's the smart business move. It keeps the followers engaged. It keeps the money flowing. But it's also the ceiling. She's becoming the queen of pretty good content that no one remembers 2 weeks later. Sadie is reportedly in talks for projects with directors like Yorgos Lanthimos and Ari Aster. She's being considered for the kinds of roles that win Oscars, not Teen Choice Awards. She's positioning herself not as a celebrity, but as a serious actress who happens to be young. And that positioning matters more than you think. Look at the trajectory of someone like Jennifer Lawrence. She was a teen actor on a sitcom. Then Winter's Bone happened. Then The Hunger Games made her a household name. But what separated her from every other young adult franchise star? She kept doing the weird indie films alongside the blockbusters. She worked with David O. Russell. She won an Oscar at 22. She built credibility that transcended fame. Sadie is following that exact playbook. Millie is following the Kardashian playbook. Which works, but it's a different game entirely. Here's another thing. Authenticity. In an age where everything feels manufactured and curated, Sadie comes across as genuinely uncomfortable with fame itself. Her interviews are thoughtful, sometimes awkward, deeply sincere. She talks about the craft, about directors she admires, about wanting to disappear into roles. She doesn't have a skincare line or a fragrance deal. Yet. Maybe she never will. Millie's interviews, on the other hand, feel like they've been through 3 PR teams and a focus group. She talks about her brand, her business ventures, and her social media strategy. She's building an empire, which again, respect. But it's hard to remember the last time she said something that felt truly unfiltered about the art of acting. The public is smart. They can feel the difference between someone who's famous because they're talented versus someone who's talented because they're famous. Here's the uncomfortable truth that everyone in Hollywood knows but rarely says out loud. Child stars almost never make the transition to adult excellence. The list of actors who became famous before 15 and went on to have critically acclaimed adult careers is shockingly short. Most fade away. Some reinvent themselves in other industries. Very, very few become the next Jodie Foster or Natalie Portman. Right now, Sadie Sink is on the path to being one of those very few. Millie Bobby Brown is on the path to being very rich, very famous, and very forgotten by serious filmmakers. And maybe that's fine. Maybe Millie's perfectly happy building her business empire, living her life in the spotlight, making content for Netflix subscribers. There's no shame in that path. But if we're talking about who becomes the bigger star, not the bigger celebrity, but the bigger star, the kind of actor that defines a generation of cinema, it's Sadie Sink. And it's not even close. 10 years from now, we'll be watching Sadie collect awards for films that changed the industry. And we'll be scrolling past Millie's Instagram ads for skincare products we'll never buy. The choice has already been made. We're just watching it play out. If you enjoyed watching this video, please like, share, and subscribe so that we can bring you more such thought-provoking content. Bye.